Sanje Kunda Zavala Malaya Kuzunguba Jambaja Jalon the Menalo Rawa Jabada Zatan Drova Nyamba Jinjin. In the Vajrayana, normally we said when we're practicing, we will gain to accomplishment, gain something, reward or result from that practice. So that gain is divided into two, called the common and uncommon. Common is basically why is using as a word of a common? Because it's a common to everyone. Everyone means the samsaric being and the enlightened beings commonly can have that kind of experience, something that can experience commonly. That we call the common siddhi or common accomplishment. And uncommon is only nirvana beings, only enlightened beings can experience something, so that way is uncommon to the worldly beings, because worldly beings are not capable to enjoying that something that is they cannot enjoy. So that way is called the uncommon siddhi or accomplishment. So what is the common siddhi? Mean that like all those are necessary for us, things that can help us to make our life easier, or maybe like including the long life, healthy life, and wealthy life. Those all we said it for enlightened activities: peacifying, magnetizing, increasing, and destroying. Those all can say common siddhi's part, So and uncommon is a realization of suchness. So who can realize the suchness, or who have a directly realization of the emptiness, is the enlightened beings. From the first Bhumi Bodhisattva to continue until Buddhahood, they have a direct realization of emptiness, but not the worldly being cannot realize that emptiness. So that way is called the uncommon siddhis. So these two accomplishments through the Dharma practice also sometimes we use as a temporary benefit and everlasting benefit. Temporary benefit means the worldly achievement, because the worldly achievement is no matter how great you achieve, it's just temporary, anything what we achieve, like a health, wealth, fame, whatever in the worldly, no matter how much we become successful, it's just short time. After that little while, we have to leave all of those behind and have to go to next life. So that way it's called the temporary benefit. Worldly, any kind of benefit you gain is only temporary. But once you reach to the nirvana enlightened, then whatever you gain the benefit through in there is effortless. It means that permanently, and you're not going to lose it. You're not going to separate from those gain or those accomplishments. So this two accomplishment or siddhi or result of a practicing the Dharma, but those two results will only can accomplish someone who accumulate the merit. Without the accumulation of a merit and accumulation of a wisdom, cannot gain those two benefit. So common siddhi is mostly, I'm not saying it's completely, mostly is a result of the accumulation of a merit. Uncommon CD is a mostly result of the accumulation of wisdom. So through these two accumulation, and we can have those all achievement. So that means even in this life, whatever you want to achieve some things, without your merit support, you cannot achieve. I think that is we can see. Some people have a great, I mean, I mentioned this many times, maybe you get bored, but some people have great education, but still life is not so successful. And some people even not finish the high school, still can become really successful for financial ways, or this life's livelihood ways. I think they can become really successful. I think lots of things to say, also you can see this way. Sometimes we have lots of ideas, but when you try to put that idea as an action, many times some obstacle comes, couldn't, fulfill that idea. Always when you want to try to do something, there always, difficulty comes. But some people, long as they have an idea and always be smoothly fulfill whatever their ideas. So those are, I think, differential is our merit is supporting or not. I think so. This reason we must accumulate the merit and accumulate the wisdom. Sorry. Especially in the Vajrayana tradition, and also you can say Sudra tradition too, in the Mahayana and Vajrayana, there's a great method of accumulation is called the 7 lamb offering. Normally, this is 7 lamb offering, even the Vajrayana, most of the sadhana, you will see as a same practice as a Sudra tradition. Like most of the time they use, even the text, they're using from the, a Sudra text called the King of the Noble Prayer in the Mahayana text. But Lord Jidisum going to wrote this particular practice of the 7 lamb offering with the Vajrayana tradition called the Serkhangma. So in this text, and give instruction, guide to us to how to practice as a Vajrayana way. So as a 7 lamb is just number is the same, context is the same, but how practice is a little bit different through the from the Sudra to Tantra. So and also from practice itself from the postration is not much, distinguishing from the Vajrayana and the Sudra, kind of basically same. But when it comes to the offering, and a little bit different. So we divide it into the 4 different kind of offerings called the outer offering, inner offering, sacred offering, and then ultimate offerings. So outer offering is we talk about the last few weeks, like offering of the water, flower, incense, those all substance of what we arranging, like including the 7 object of the universal monarch, 8 substance, 8 substance, and 8 lucky sign, and 8 CDs of those are part of the outer offering. Then now is the inner offering. This inner offering is directly related to the Vajrayana offering, especially Vajrayana traditions. So basically, we call the Vajrayana. Vajrayana is also sometimes called the Palyana. Pal means the fruit. And Sudra is called the Hetu Yana. It means the causal vehicles, and the Palayana mean the fruition vehicles or fruition path. So so that is what is mean the difference between the Sutra and Tantra. So that way you can see different way to approach, different way to practice as a Tantra and Sutras. Also, it's called the Vajrayana. Vajra means the something that is called the indestructible, something that's really solid. So what is the really indestructible when we think about? So true nature or emptiness or nature of reality is the indestructible. All the fabricated one, all the compounded one phenomena is a destructible. So indestructible one is that is what is the meaning of the Vajra. Vajra means indestructible. Also, sometimes they use as diamonds. They are particular diamonds. So those are cannot be destroyed by the materials. Like also really relic come from the like when Lama passed away, like Buddha's body come really relic one is if you try to smash, cannot smash them by any kind of material like metal hammer or anything. So that is called, that's what is mean the indestructible. So why is the Vajrayana is indestructible and not called the Sudra is indestructible? Is it because in the Vajrayana every practice is will always have to be union of emptiness and compassion. Every aspect of the practice is have to be union of the emptiness and compassion. That way we call the Vajra body, Vajra speech, Vajra mind. Also, or everything is put as a Vajra. So that reason called the Vajrayana. So in this Vajrayana tradition, we offering here is called by seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. This is called the five sense. What called the five sense, five sense, attractive object or whatever, something called. So recollecting the Vajra goddess of the form, sound, odor, taste, and tangible object. The three obscuration are purified, offer the goddess of the sensual object of the two. Please accept them, immaculable Victoria Lord. So this is a ordinary form transformed to the Vajra body. Ordinary sound transformed to the Vajra, sound. Ordinary ordinary smell transformed to the Vajra taste. So that is a mean that normally we see as an ordinary body. But when the Vajrayana practitioner mean, you see the body form, no matter what form, kind of beautiful form, whatever, is a inseparable of union of appearing and emptiness. With this, then it becomes a Vajra form. So that is also form. There's also goddess. She is carrying the form, sound, smell, taste, that kind of goddess, each one. So they offering to the all the 10 direction Buddha and Bodhisattva, this sense it's called the sensual object. So by this offering, and the three obscuration are purified, and by this offering, what benefit can gain as a purified all the sentient beings. Three obscurations: obscuration of the karma, obscuration of the what called afflictive emotion, and obscuration of the cognitive emotions. Or you can say three obscuration as a body, speech, mind. So all these three obscuration are purified. So lots of time you can see by this offering to gain the true benefit. Yeah, you can see. So when we offering to the Buddha, through the offering to the Buddha, we will accumulate the merit. That way we gain benefit. And by that, also by this offering can liberate sentient being from the samsara, so that way benefit other two. So this two kind of benefit can gain through this offering. So that way there's both are saying as a objects and three obscuration are purified. It means the benefit for other sentient beings, and offer to the Victoria Lord one as a benefit for ourselves. When Buddha accept them through the compassion, we will gain the merit. So that way we gain benefit. So that two kind of benefit can get for self benefit and some benefit of others. So this is briefly about the inner offerings as all the five sensual objects as transformed to the five goddess, and each goddess is holding in their hand object that is what called those form, sound, smell, taste, and that is also fill whole the space, all the sky, all the earth, completely fill in all the 10 directions of the Buddha fields, and offering to the Guru Buddha. Here, our main field of accumulation is the Guru as a Dharmakaya and a Guru as a Rupakaya. And so that Guru is the embodiment of the three times Buddha, and embodiment of the three jewels, and embodiment of the three roots. So Guru is the called the Kundu Nubulu. It means the like a everything is included in that, like called the jewel traditions. So Guru is a Guru yoga or Guru practice is called the Kundu Nubulu. I think it's a Kundu mean the embody of a jewel or embodiment of the jewel traditions, which is mean that all Buddha, Bodhisattva, three jewel, three root, everything is inseparable within the Guru. So we're offering to the Guru those five sensual objects. So in the Vajrayana, the difference between the Sutra and the Vajrayana is in the Sutra, so our body is called the five aggregate, and which is also compounded by the four elements. And but in the Vajrayana, the five aggregate as a transform to the five Buddha family, and four or five element as a transform to the five. Sometimes it's called the five female deities, sometimes called the five female consort, or so there's a five female Buddha. So for example, body as a form as a Barojana, sound as a Akshobhya, taste as a Sutta, smell as a Ranasambhava, taste as a Amitabha, and touch as a Amagasiddhi, and earth as a Lojana, water as a Mamaki, Sachu, as a fire as a called a Pundarika, and the wind as a Tara, and space. 51 is a space. Space as a is called I think Dada Vishwari is a Yingchuma, is a queen of space. Also you can say Yingchi Wanchu, Dada Vishwari. So those in the sutra, we see they are ordinary five aggregate and 5 elements. But in the Tantra, they already transform to the 5 aggregates as a 5 Buddha family and 5 elements as a 5 female Buddha. So that is the difference between the Sutra and Tantra. In the Sutra, they are caused to achieve this 5 Buddha family, the 5 aggregate as a cause to achieve the 5 Buddha family. That way it's called the Hiduyana. It means the causal vehicles. And the Tantra, they already come to the 5 Buddha family. That's called the Palayana. Pal means the result or fruit. So fruit is already carried on the path. So that is a different. That way, this this way is a 5 sensual object. Is especially is become a Vajrayana practice. Is the reason. I think reason is this one. Okay, then here now that is the generally now detailed by one. First is a Vajra body of the. So here I think maybe this should be the Vajra goddess. Here English said he Vajra goddess. That maybe T is missing. If that's we have same text page 7, the middle one. So he Vajra goddess, maybe the Vajra goddess of the body, nature of the form, is the supreme goddess of the fully purified ignorance, is emerge her with the eye of the Lama, Lord the Dharma. Please accept this is the great bliss of the non-duality. So first is we're offering to the first is a Vajra body. So what you visualizing is you visualizing yourself as a deity, and from your heart, seed syllable radiate wisdom light, and they deserve to the touch or deserve to the all the form, ordinary form in the worldly form, whatever form, every they deserve to those forms, and that from those ordinary form is a transform, or any kind of form is a transform from the ordinary to they lose their ordinary appearance and transform to the Vajra goddess as a white in color, and she's youthful with a major and minor mark, and all that's beauty, and anyone see become so attractive or attractive to appearance. Anyone see it make the delightful, they make the joyful to see that goddess, and have a like a no matter how much you watch it, never be enough. And she is carrying the miru in her hand. Miru as a symbol of the form, because miru reflect all the forms, or banner and umbrella and any kind of a hand implement or other. And that is not just one. Whole the field is completely filled with the Vajra goddess. And it's the nature of that Vajra goddess is said it may be with fully purified as ignorance. So she is a nature of the purification of the ignorance. When we have ignorance, it's ignorance. So when ignorance is purified, and this become a Vajra goddess of the form. And by anyone see, and this one, this nature purification is also inseparable of the Buddha Berojana. So here, form transformed to the Buddha Vairochana. Because the Buddha Vairochana is the embodiment of all the enlightened body, okay, from those 5 families. Embodiment of all enlightened body, that way is the Buddha Vairochana. I think this is the reason when we're meditating in the Shamatha said 7 posture of Buddha Vairochanas. Why specifically Buddha Vairochana's name? Because all Buddha have that 7 posture. Specifically, why Buddha Vairochana is by learning how to sit, you can achieve the enlightened body. So embodiment of all the enlightened body is a Buddha Vairochana. That reason I think 7 posture of Buddha Vairochana is come that way. Otherwise, there are no reason to why have to mention the 7 posture of Buddha Vairochana. You can say 7 posture of Amitabha. Amitabha is also perfectly sitting on the meditation posture, but we never say Amitabhas. Why? Because it's by learning as what called the sitting posture of the body, you can gain the enlightened body. Okay, so that reason, then enlightened body, when we're talking about the enlightened body, embodiment of all the enlightened body is the Buddha Vairochana. So I think this is related to that. So that way, the ignorant transform to the Buddha Vairochana, or nature of a Buddha Vairochana, inseparable Buddha Vairochana. Then those all the goddess holding, countless of those goddess holding the various kind of offering object related to the body, like a miru, umbrella, Victoria banner, and those kind of offering object, and offering to the eye of Lama. Form is an object to the eye. So anyone who see this form, they purified all their afflicted emotion, obscurations, in especially sentient beings, and also it make the delight to the Lama of the Lama Guru or Lama Buddha. It's a delight by seeing those beautiful form, when we offerings. So. And this deserve or offering to the Lama Guru's eyes. That way said, with the eye of the Lama, Lord of the Dharma, please accept this as a great bliss of the non-duality. So, so also this form is a accept of the non-duality, mean the inseparable of the union of the bliss and emptiness, that we call the or a non-duality as a great bliss. When you reach to the non-duality, that is a great bliss. What we enjoying for the form is called the dualistic concept, because that way it never become a great bliss. That is different. Enlightened being have a great bliss, we don't have. Our bliss is a turn into the suffering. Enlightened bliss is never turned into the sufferings. Reason is our bliss is what called the polluted by the defilement of afflicted emotions. Enlightened is without the afflicted emotions, called the samikiteva. Also, enlightened is because of that, how to become a non-defiled they don't have a concept of dualistic. Long as we have the dualistic, we have this conceptual of a good, bad, long, short, and they always have these 2 attachment and aversions. But when you are free from that kind of discrimination and you reach to the non-duality, once you have non-duality, you don't have those concepts of a good, bad, attached or hatred. So then your bliss is a purely bliss. Then that pure bliss is always be there, and it never transform to or never turn into the suffering. That way is called the great bliss of the non-duality. So that is the difference. The worldly bliss and enlightened bliss is enlightened bliss is with the wisdom of a non-duality, and our bliss is ignorant of the conceptual of a dualistic. So because of the dualistic, we have this emotion of attachment and hatred. And enlightened beings, because they don't have this kind of a dualistic concept of ignorance, so that way they are free from suffering. Otherwise, I mean, bliss itself is the same. You know, when you see beautiful form in your eyes, it's just that it gives you joy. That is joy is the same as a enlightened joy, you know, bliss or whatever we call. But that joy is slowly transformed to the suffering. Enlightened being is a purely stay in that way because our mind is corrupted with the negative emotion. Always say. So this is all our mind game, our mind creating all this problem in our life, you know. So then we complain to someone else. We try to blame someone else. We always be, you know, try to put our own faults on someone. So then, so that is come from the concept of a dualistic. So this is a, you know, really simple way to how to distinguishing the samsara and nirvana. Is a samsaric being is a caught in the web of a dualistic, and nirvana is a free from that web of a dualistic. That way they have a great bliss, which is a non-polluted by the defilement. Our bliss is a polluted by the defilement of negative emotion. That way is never become great bliss. It also always be, it slowly it becomes suffering. I think that is different. That way is said great bliss of non-duality. This is a really important part of the, I think, meaning. There's one question, Su Dojima, the Vajra body is a 4-arm, or I think I saw some have a 6 arm, some have a 4 arm, maybe some have a 2. So I really don't know exactly which one is it can, but also color is not really matched, but I'm here based on the holiness commentary, so that way using, but in that commentary not mention the number of arms. So I'm not sure that is a really important or not, that how many number of arms there's. So maybe 2, maybe 4, maybe 6 arms. So this is a also from the 5 Vajra body, as also from the wisdom, 5 wisdom. It's called the Mirulaka wisdom. I think it's the same as the Mirulaka wisdom. Then second one is again from the yourself as a deity, from heart radiate light, and all the impossible, all the sound dissolve to all the sound, and those all the sound and lose their ordinary appearance, which is mean the transform into the Vajra goddess of sound, and her body is blue, and she is carrying like a flute, you know, what called drum, guitars, and those kind of music instrument, and also she is a really beautifully melody singing, and she is the nature of a purity of a hatred, as a so that way here said the Vajra goddess of the mind, nature of the sound. So this is like you know, from the body speech mind is become a mind, and nature of the sound is a supreme goddess of the fully purified hatred. So why is a sound mind? Because when we look the color of those 4, 5 places, Om, Ah, Hum, Tam, Shi. So its color come white, blue, red, white, red, blue, yellow, green. So white as a body, read as a speech. So this is the mind. Why is it? Because the Buddha Akshobhya is a blue in color. So that way said Vajra goddess of the mind. So within the enlightened body, speech, mind, this is the embodiment of the mind of the enlightened as a manifest as a Buddha, what called the Akshobhya, and which is that pure of purity, purified. When we purified our afflictive emotion, my hatred, it transformed to the Buddha Akshobhya, blue in color. So also this Vajra goddess is I think she is also blue in color. And so this is in nature of enlightened mind. And that kind of a Vajra goddess is manifests as a countless of them. All the sound transformed to the Vajra goddess, countless of them. All the space is filled with the Vajra goddess. All the sky is, all the earth is ground is filled with the Vajra goddess, and offering to the Guru. So they said, I march hard to the ear of the Lama, Lord of the Dharma. Please accept this as a great bliss of a non-duality. I think meaning is the same now. Why is the non-duality is the same as the earlier one? But here different is it now this is the Vajra goddess of sound, which is the also is called the Vajra goddess of mind. Why? Because it's blue in color. Blue is what called the related to the enlightened mind color. So that way Om Ah Hung Tam Shri, when it comes Hung as a blue color. Why? It's a symbol of the mind. So it's the same. So that way I think this is called a blue in color, Vajra goddess mind. And which is the what called also Dhammadhatu wisdom. Dhammadhatu wisdom, and is inseparable of the Buddha Akshobhya as a Vajra goddess, this blue in, and she's carrying all kind of offering object, which is related to the sound and offering to the Guru Buddha. And Guru Buddha, they don't need those all sound, but they accept, delightfully they accept for our accumulation merit. If they not accept, we cannot accumulate the merit. So that way they accept this one. So that help us to benefit. And anyone who can see this Vajra goddess, and they purified all the negative emotion and they liberated them, so that will benefit other sensation being true. Okay, then third one is a smell. So here said in the text, it says, the Vajra goddess of the quality, nature of the odor, is the supreme goddess of the fully purified arrogance. Emerge her with the nose of the Lama, Lord of the Dharma. Please accept this as a great bliss of non-duality. So same as a meditation is yourself as a transform to the Yidam deity. From the Yidam deity's heart, wisdom light radiate. And that light is attached to all the smell in the whatever existence of the smell in the samsara or nirvana, all the smell touch, and by touching that light, all the smell transform to the Vajra goddess of a smell, or it's called the Vajra goddess of the qualities. Why? Because I think enlightened, all the enlightened quality is a yellow color, is coming with the enlightened quality, is a yellow color. And also this is called the purity. Nature of this Vajra goddess is a purity of jealousy, which is the Buddha Renasambhava. And Renasambhava is a yellow color. So you can see, and the Renasambhava is the embodiment of all the enlightened qualities. Okay, so that way. And so also is inseparable of the equanimity wisdom. I think we call the equanimity wisdom. like inseparable the equanimity wisdom. So that kind of transform all the sound to this Vajragati goddess, yellow in color, maybe 4 arms or maybe 6 arms, and her hand is holding the all kind of incense burner and smell things that is can include maybe now, so you can use as a perfume too. She's wearing really, she's carrying really expensive perfume, whatever you there have expensive. Some I heard it's really expensive, some of those perfumes. I don't know, but some people don't like any of those perfumes. So I mean, make sure those is a really delightful smell. All those smell are delightful smell that make all the delight of all the Lama Guru by offering that one. And anyone sentient being, any sentient being smell that this kind of incense and make them to free from all the defilement and free them from the 3 kind of obscurations. And by that delight all the guru, and they joy with that smell. So this is a with this, then that is not just only a little bit, all the Pure Land is completely filled with this kind of smell, and continually, offering this until samsara is a completely end. So, so this is a also called a sound. So here is talking about the sound, and that sound is also embodiment of all the enlightened quality, and which is the Buddha, Rana Sambhava, yellow in color, and also which is inseparable from the form and from the wisdom is called the equanimity wisdom. And fourth is a test. The Vaja goddess of the speech, nature of the test, as the supreme goddess of the fully purified desire. Merge her with the tongue of the Lama, Lord of the Dharma. Please accept this as in the endless bliss of the non-duality. So again, from you as a deity, from your heart radiate the light and touch or deserve to all the tests. There's a different kind of tests, sweet, sour, and the bitter, all the different kind of tests in the whatever exists the tests, touch them, and those tests are transformed to the Vajra goddess of the test, which is the red in color. And she's red in color, and she is a nature of purified of the desire. I think, desire, and which is the also nature of Buddha Amitabha. And that way is called the Vajra goddess of the speech, because Amitabha is the Lord of all the enlightened speech as a Buddha Amitabha. And which is also inseparable of the discriminating wisdom, from the 5 wisdom, from the 5 kaya speech, enlightened embodiment of the enlightened speech as a Buddha Amitabha. So, so that this Vajra goddess of the test is inseparable of those, kaya and wisdom. She is also inseparable those kaya and wisdom of from the 5 family, and that then those all the form tests as a transform to this Vajra goddess, and she's carrying in her hand, especially Kabbalah, full of nectar and meat, like 5 meat and 5 nectar. So this 5 nectar and 5 meat in the Vajrayana, sometimes you can see this one is called 5 lamp as a lamp. I don't know, maybe I'm not talking about the sheep. Okay, lamp. Maybe I'm not saying correct pronunciation. That way I show this. And 5 hook. So as a nectar is called at the lamp, because the lamp bright, you can see like a brightness of increasing your light. same way that those nectar energize your, energize your wisdom to become a brighter by those nature of those, what called the function by is this nectar. So that way, sometimes you can see them called the 5 limbs, and on the 5 meat is you can see also sometimes called the 5 hooks. This is like a hook bring true. So I think last time I mentioned this one, when you have a food gathering and people love to come, it's a similar way to those meet as a gathering all the enlightened, accomplishment of the those 5 Buddha. Accomplishment of those 5 Buddha. So that way it's called the 5 hooks. So sometimes you can see. So she is carrying the Kabbalah and full of those. Her Kabbalah is full of 5 nectar and 5 meat, and also other tests of the worldly whatever existed is transformed to the test, and she's offering to the Guru's Guru's tongue. And Guru really delightfully accept and enjoy with that. From that too, and we purified our negative, and we also, receive the blessings. And anyone who tests this, the worldly beings, anyone who tests or who see this test, and they are completely free from those 3 obscurations, or purified all their obscurations, and so that is we're offering to the Guru with what this is called the acceptance, this bliss of the non-duality. So this non-duality wisdom. I think you can say this bliss of the non-duality, because this is the union of that not just taste, not just form, not just sound, not just smell, not just taste. It's also union of the wisdom and compassion. So appearance and like a union of the form and emptiness, union of the sound and emptiness, union of the smell and emptiness, and union of the taste and emptiness. So that reason it become a non-duality, great bliss of offering to the Lama Guru's tongue. So here's what the question said. As practice, could you say whenever something is smelled, taste, exit by me, it can be directly be offered to the Lama? I think this is true. Generally, yes, we can say whatever, I mean, you don't want to offering to the Lama or Buddha a bad quality one, so try to be what is a technique. So here is no matter what object is, they transform to the Vajra goddess, so that way it's become a pure. Even the not taste one is become a taste good, not smell good one is become a good smell. So it's not, we're not offering directly, sour, sweet, everything, whatever taste it is to the Guru. This is like a, we can purify it and transform to the Vajra goddess, and that Vajra goddess carry all the best taste, best smell, best touch, all that kind of object is carry on and offering to the Guru, because you have to be visualize them as a best one. You don't want to be whatever comes smell offering. And that's sometimes is because there are lots of bad smell too, and some are kind of also taste maybe good, but it can be poison. So I think we have to try to transform them as a greatest offering. It means the greatest offering mean the good for the tongue, good for the body, good for the health, good for taste, and everything is good for not, not doing the eating is good taste, and after the eating good for health. And so that way I think we have to think something like that. Otherwise, if we directly offering whatever smell or whatever taste, then I'm not sure that is good or not, because in the Sudra way, when we're offering, we have to offering them purified. bless with the offering with them, bless when we're blessing. And also in the Vajrayana, when we're blessing, it's purifying by water, fire, water, fire, wind, and water. So that way to purify. So they have to be pure one, have to be good quality one. So you have to transform that, say, all the impure or worldly object as a transform to the Vajra goddess. That way it become a pure. I think things like something like that. Okay, then said Vajra goddess of the activity, nature of the tangible object, is the supreme goddess of the fully purified jealousy, emerged with her as the body of the Lama, Lord of the Dharma. Please accept this in the bliss of the non-duality. So now as the from our heart radiate the light and touch to the all the worldly touch, cloth or whatever touch to touchable, tangible object. And those all transform to the Vajra goddess of the touch. And she's carrying in her hand lots of very kind of silk cloth, robes, and she's green in color. And nature of her is a purity of here said jealousy, purity of jealousy, which is the Siddhi, or said or in that activity wisdom. So from the five wisdom, activity wisdom, from the five with the family among a Siddhi. So that is a enlightened activities. So transform to that Vajra goddess of the activity, which is the green in color. So then you are offering to the guru's body and this touch. And once you offer to the guru's body, and the guru really delightfully accept this, with a delightfully accept this as a bliss of the non-duality. And any sentient being who experience or who see this one, they are purified all their three kind of obscuration, and they transform to the deity or group inseparable of the enlightened beings after the purified. So that is a both benefit gain from there to buy this offering. Okay, then sixth one is again here said the Vajra goddess of the primordially emptiness of all the phenomena as the nature of the sound, is the supreme goddess of the fully purified the mind, as it is emerged her with the mind of the Lama, Lord the Dharma. Please accept this as a great bliss of the non-duality wisdom. So this one, the sixth one, is called the phenomena or mind, offering to the guru's mind, but it's a little bit different than before. Is a suit sound as an offering to the guru's heart, but that's a five family. This one is the sixth family. So that way so phenomena. So here I think this one is a primordial wisdom, emptiness as a phenomena. That's the Vajra goddess of the primordial wisdom of the emptiness of a phenomena, and all the phenomena. So what happened is from the light transform all the phenomena as a Vajra goddess of the emptiness of phenomena. And she is sometimes said azure blue, sometimes it's called a dark blue. It's not just blue color, a little bit darker. It's the transform as a translate as a that way. Then all the nature of sound. I don't think so. This is nature of sound, this translation. I think this is maybe not nature of sound. Singing number double, how much? So this is a nature of a, I think should have to be ultimate non-duality wisdom. So supreme goddess of the fully purified mind. So this had to be not the singing number taba. I think this is the ultimate nature, not a phenomena. This is a nature of a ultimate non-dual wisdom should be something like that. It's not that sound. I don't know how come there's the nature of sound is, because this is not really directly related to the sound. So in the supreme goddess, fully purified mind. So this is the, I think, ultimate nature, non-dual wisdom. That is the supreme goddess of a 6-1. Sometimes it's called a Vajar Dadu, I think. So this in a singing number taba, purity of a inner nature of a mind, inner nature. Singing number taba is a like a inner nature of a mind. So this is not sound. Sound is a mistake, I think. A march her with the mind of a Lama, Lord of Dharma. So then you offering this pure nature, inner nature of a phenomena as to the Lama Guru's heart, and which is a this is, you know, it that the phenomena transform to the inner nature or ultimate nature, and that ultimate nature as a offering to the Lama Guru's heart. So then mind or heart. So please accept this great bliss of the non-duality. So I think nature of sound is maybe mistake. Nature of a phenomena or nature of a, I think it should be said, nature of a non-dual wisdom, inner nature.
And here is the which Buddha Khenpo?
Normally, the 6-1 is always a come the Vajatara or Vajasatwa. Reason is they say Vajatara or Vajasatwa is the embodiment of all the families. So that we call the 6th family, Lord of the 5 family as the 6th family, and that one is can be Vajatara or it can be Vajasatwa. Some texts mention there's one called the 50 Guru, you know, the sadhana, and they in that sadhana they pay homage to the Vajrasattva. The reason is a Vajrasattva is the lord of all the family. And but many other time you see Vajradhara. 6th family is always sees a Vajradhara because Vajradhara is the lord of the all family. So I think those two are commonly comes, Vajradhara or Vajrasattva, because this is the embodiment of all the family. Like you know, when compounded of all the family, what become is the 6th family. You know, inseparable all the 5 families. So answer is maybe Vajratara. Most of the time is mentioned about the Vajratara, but sometimes also mentioned about the Vajrasattva too. I think this reason we use the Vajrasattva as a purification. Why? Because it's a Vajrasattva is an embodiment of all the Buddha as a Vajrasattva. So that way it's so powerful to purify it. You know, all the quality of is compounded is it become a Vajrasattva. So I think both way, Vajradhara or Vajrasattva is a work either way. Okay, somebody asked 5 female Buddha. So I think earlier I made one mistake. So maybe I started newly. Earth as a Lojana, water as a Mamaki, Chu, fire as a Tara, and wind as a what called the Pendura as a Gokarmo, and space as a Dada Vishwari, Yinchuma, Yinki Wonchu, Dada Vishwari. So those are 5 goddess, which is the 5 element transformed to the 5 goddess or 5 female Buddha.
Thầy sửa lại một chút vì ban nãy là 5 cái vị Phật nữ ạ. Thì thầy còn nói là khi 5 mà yếu tố của chúng ta chuyển thành 5 vị Phật nữ thì thầy có sửa lại một chút là yếu tố đất thì là Loreha, yếu tố nước thì là Mamaki, yếu tố lửa thì là Tara, yếu tố gió là Pandura và yếu tố không gian là Ichuma. Khi mà 5 cái yếu tố của chúng ta trở thành 5 vị Phật nữ thì sẽ là như vậy ạ.
Okay, so that is the inner offering of the sorry. I was looking at the wrong page. Sorry. Okay, now inner offering, outer inner secret offering. Secret offering, as I said, I offer men's and a wisdom inseparable, that the supreme Victoria One of the 5 family with the consort, that the assembly of the Vihara and then Dakini. Please accept this great bliss. So secret offering is that union of the bliss. There's a union of the bliss. That one is an offering to the. So there's a 5 Buddha family with the unions. So because first Akshobhya with the Mamaki, union with the Mamaki, and Amitabha union with the Pandari or Basani, or Rana Sambhava union with the Lojana, and Amagasiddhi union with the Tara, and the Bharojana union with the Vajra Dadu Ishwari. So this is called the it's called the bliss of the union. So that is a really secret offering. So I heard someone said, why Vajrayana is called the secret vehicles? Because it's a secret. Why is it so difficult to understand? And it's naturally secret. So this kind of a practice is, if you take the literally, and you created a more problem. That reason, I think this is the main reason, this kind of a main reason Adisha need to come to Tibet, because there are some people use those as a literally, and because in the Vajrayana, they have a time to perform those contact. If you think this as a literally, you bliss up through the union as an offering, then there's a huge mistake may come, because our bliss is, at earlier I mentioned, our bliss is mixed with the afflicted emotions. That way it's always become a negative. The enlightened beings who have a non-dual wisdom, then they can perform this one. So who can have that non-dual wisdom is above the 8th bhumi. Above the 8th bhumi, and it's called the Mahasiddha contact. So those Mahasiddha contact, they can do all those performing without corrupting their mind from the defilement. When we perform those honors, our mind immediately will corrupt it by the defilement. So the reason is this is we have to, imagination. Imagination is called the I think path of the liberation is mostly is you visualizing. Also, you can see there's a called the Kama Mudra and Kama Yoga and Wisdom Yoga. So in Tibet, after the Adisha, Karma Yoga is never exists anymore, including the empowerment, everything. So it's mostly as you visualizing as some kind of a union and bliss with that two offering. So so again, you have to visualizing yourself as a deity. From your heart, radiate the light, and from the light to manifest all the pure and full of this union of the 5 Buddha family. And from the union of the 5 Buddha families is this as a great bliss as an offering to the Guru Buddha. So this is, the text here said, I offer means and wisdom. That's the key. Is a means and wisdom, mean the wisdom and method, that union. So there's not talking about the literally like a male and female unions. Men are symbol of the method, female are symbol of the wisdom. So those two are union as a method and wisdom unions. So when you do like a generosity, moral, ethic, patience, those called the male or method. And with the free from 3 spheres, that practice as a with the free from 3 spheres as called the wisdom. So these two together. So normally when we do the method practice without the wisdom, so that way it's not the union. So here the Buddha, 5 Buddha as a manifests as a union with as a symbol of a wisdom and method inseparable. That way is called a means and wisdom. It's a mean and wisdom inseparable. That is mainly is talking about the wisdom and method inseparable. So whatever we put the action, whatever put the action object is called the method. That action is supported by the wisdom of what called primordial wisdom of free from 3 spheres. It's called so that way these two together is become complete. So that union is a form of first is with the form of 5 Buddha and 5 female Buddhas unions. So this one is based on or dependent on the Buddha male and female. We have this union offering, and second one is a Bodhisattva. So said from the equality of all the phenomena, the ocean like a samadhi, ocean of the awareness manifests the arising as the guide of all beings. Please accept a symbol of the Victoria of offering of the Bodhisattva who ruled all the Buddha field. So this is like normally all the Bodhisattva, not just only 8 great Bodhisattva, but specifically in our tradition, we have 8 great Bodhisattva like, Avalokiteshvara, Manjushri, Vajrapani, Krishnagarbha, or what called Bharajana, Mitriya, and there's those 8 Bodhisattva union with the consort of the female bodhisattva too, and that all offering. So from your heart, yourself as a deity, from your heart radiate the light, and all the field is completely purulent, is completely filled with the light, and the light is transformed to the union of those bodhisattva, male and female, and that bliss of this through that union of the bliss is offering to the Guru Buddhas. Then third one is a base or depend on the wrathful and offering also. So this is called the one of the great fears of the wrathful out of the immeasurable compassion, show the grinding of the teeth and the fierce face as their pulsing body. Please accept this wrathful Victoria, one of the primordial wisdom, who defeated the horde of the Mara by the roar of Hung and Pat. So this one is a, most of you have to understand is a wrathful is a manifest from the compassion, not the anger. Our wrathful is a manifest from the anger or hatred or jealousy. In Latin, wrathful is a manifest from the compassion. It's called the, you can put the box there. Put box there.
No. The monks have been outside.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that is a and now might distract a little bit. So that way manifests as a wrathful. It's I think like in the American they call the tough love. So with a kind of a tough love, we manifest as a the wrathful, because sometimes it's not going to be listened by the peacefully. When try to be nice, always be, and you will spoil, like lots of parents, they never discipline their kids and always be show their love, and those kids are really what called what call this become like a really spoil. So then it cannot be make them good person. So that way, sometime in Latin being have to manifest as a three, wrathful forms. So that way, when we in the receive the empowerment, called the three set of a deity to complete to perform the empowerment. So empower. When empowering means that we are ripening, fixing us, or preparing for the can become a practitioner. So preparation needs to be Buddha and Bodhisattva, and also wrathful. Through all three together can make us a preparation of the ready to receive empowerment, ready to practice Dharma. So that way, wrathful's job is removing all the defilement, obscurations, and also some sudden evil in us or outside. Our evil is it cannot be demolish or remove unless there's some kind of force comes. Sometime without the force we're not going to give up our misbehavior. So that way we need the forceful. So that is called the wrathful. So but those wrathful actually come from the compassion, come from the care. Without the care, if they show up wrathful, it's become negative. But with the care, when they show up the wrathful, it is become a positive. So that reason is we use as a tough love or different name, but that is come from the wrathful. So this wrathful is a manifest from the compassion. So in Lord Jidasumgun said this specific offering of the bliss, or as I said, through the experience of the luminosity, they sell bliss, luminosity, and non-conceptual. So when you practicing a Mahamudra and this kind of experience and realization, you have to keep the secret, you know. So that way is called that is the best offering of the practice of a Mahamudra. When you practice a Mahamudra, you will have experience of the Day-6 method. So it's a bliss, luminosity, and non-conceptual. So that is the become a greatest offering to the Guru. With that offering, then you become closest to the what called offering to the Supreme Guru. So this kind of offering, this is called the perform dharma. So we will not give into the publicly teachings. So Lord Jidusung said, if you can keep this as a secret practice, you know, then your guru also come to you, and you will open all the perform teachings through this. You will open all the perform teaching and can receive those all teachings, and secret door of those perform dharma will open. So that way, I think this kind of a practice should be kind of like a more like a keep you know, silent than, you know, going to be publicly, or I have this kind of realization, I have this kind of experience. And if you do that one, it's called a, you know, sacred as a sell on the market. You know, when bring to the sacred wisdom as a to the market, then it's become a mistake. So that reason is called the secret offering. Is also Jidusum thing. This kind of meditation experience is become a secret offering. Then the fourth offering is called the ultimate offering. Said all the manifold of the cloud of the outer inner sacred offering are offered in this vast mandala of the Samantabhadra's mind, within the mode of the abiding of the of changing and non-duality, and surpass offering of the suchness is offered. So this one is a talking about the all those we talk about the earlier arranging the outer inner secret offering. And this is a vast mandala of the Samantabhadra's mind. What this means, the vast mandala of the Samantabhadra's mind mean that all those arranged offering as a free from three spheres, you know, objects, subject, and action. You know, that kind of a concept is free from that kind of concept. This one is used as a you know, supported by the primordial wisdom. So with this kind of primordial wisdom, and it become an ultimate offering. So with this, then we're offering to the Guru. So with the ultimate offering within the mode of abiding of unchanging non-duality. So those is unchanging non-duality mean the primordially nature one. You know, as when we have a conceptual of offering object, this is called the changing duality. So non-changing duality is then try to see that true nature is called the primordial wisdom, which is naturally abide there. So with that seeing of the naturally abiding all those offering object with the support of the naturally abiding, then it become a wisdom. So you offering outer inner sacred is become an offering. But when those offering is supported by the free from three sphere, it's become ultimate offerings. There's no separate. Also, you can say when you meditating on the nature of a mind, when you meditate on the Mahamudra, that is also you can say ultimate offerings. So Jidin Sumgun said, I try to find the, so I think tangible and intangible. Like a tangible mean like earth, water, fire, those kind of. Intangible mean like space. I think this kind of all the phenomena basically. is when you mix with the inner nature of a mind, it's becoming inseparable of the within your inner nature of a mind. That is what is called the Samantabhada's offering, and that is the ultimate offering. So Jita Sungun said that one. So all this, I think this quote also say is within the whatever this vast mandala of Samantabhada minds within the mode of abiding, the unchanging and non-duality. So that is what is the Samantabhada's mind mean. All the phenomena, tangible and untangible. I think that's use that one. So those kind of phenomena is inseparable of the inner nature of your mind. Singi. Inseparable inner nature of your mind, and that is become the ultimate offerings. Okay, so I think we stop here today, and already time is finished. Thank you so much, and see you next week. Same time. Janju sem jo Rinpoche ma je ba na je jo je je ba nyam ba mem ba ya Kone kondo pe wa sho tata konde tam je je tu sundo sabada yebe jeve zavande tata sinje tanje nyundo lana memba yanda ba zobe janjo rembo je to ba jo je ishe ja kose konjen je 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 tende na la wanda de gomba renje ba je temba se she tu tu san gomben zenjo je. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Tao.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I have to stop this.